If you are a Crimson Desert player, you've definitely made some potentially catastrophic mistakes. This game holds no mercy, it doesn't hold your hand, sometimes it doesn't tell you anything, and mistakes can add up. Now in this video, you've probably heard of a few of these, maybe experienced several yourself, but the main point of this video is to help save you tons of hours on those mistakes that could even potentially brick your quest. So without further ado, let's dive into the 10 things you should never do in Crimson Desert. For the first one, do not pick up the Fruit of Life. Now, you may have heard of this one before, but we wanted to put it at the front of the video. During the passage of Malice Abyss puzzle, there is an item called the Fruit of Life sitting right there, glowing, begging you to just grab it, but do not touch this one. If you take this item before you've started the Fragment of Life mission, the quest is permanently broken. The game registers the fruit as unusable in your inventory, the NPC don't recognize it, and there's no way to drop it, sell it, or progress the quest line. Your only fix is reverting to a previous save, and if you don't have one from before you grabbed it, that side story is gone forever. Number 2, don't sell that random flower basket. Now this one is the same as the one we just covered, however it's from a different quest. In Hernand, there's a flower basket that you can pick up that looks like absolute junk. It takes up an inventory slot, and if your inventory is full, your instinct is gonna be to just sell it, but don't. It's tied to a quest called Surprise Gift, and if you sell it before you start the quest, you cannot complete it. Some people talk about a workaround where an NPC can accept it as a substitute in some cases, but not always. But the pattern here is clear. If it looks weirdly specific, it's probably a quest item that the game forgot to tell you about. When in doubt, don't pick it up or hoard it. Number 3, do not ignore the main quest. Now this might sound obvious to some, but other people really like going on side missions and figuring out things for themselves, but if you go to certain places too early, so many things just won't be unlocked. Pearl Abyss locked half the actual game behind it. Force Palm, unlocking that triple jump like we talked about in our most recent Crimson Desert review, plus Flight, the fast travel point at your camp, entire combat systems, the trade system, vendor unlocks, character customization, all of that is gated behind the main story progression. This one is not worth learning the hard way. For instance, you don't want to go to Hernand and wonder why you couldn't reach certain areas because you just don't have the abilities. Definitely push the main quest to chapter 3 to unlock the Greymane camp properly, which is where most of the actual useful systems live. So power through that story and unlock the Greymore camp properly. Number 4, do not waste your skill points in areas you shouldn't put them in early. Crimson Desert has 3 playable characters, Cliff, Unka, and Damin, and the game kind of makes it look like you should be leveling up all 3 of them because you're going to be swapping between them at certain story moments, but do not fall for this. Skill points aren't fully shared between characters. If you put your hard-earned Abyss artifacts into Unka's tree because his arm cannon looks cool, you're permanently slowing down Cliff's progression, and Cliff is who you're gonna be playing 90% of the time. You technically can respec, but it's a hassle and you'll waste hours learning this, so focus on Cliff and worry about the others when you've maxed them out. Number 5, do not just drop items on the ground that you will need later. For instance, some people play Skyrim, and in that game you can leave items on the ground and then come back for them later, but if you use those habits in Crimson Desert, you'll be thoroughly disappointed because after you drop that sword or whatever item it is on the map, shortly later it'll disappear and you won't be able to get it again. Number 6, don't hoard recipe scrolls or bounty notes. Speaking of inventory, this one can totally screw you over before you figure it out. Every recipe scroll, every bounty note, every random book you pick up takes a full inventory slot, and your inventory is so tiny in the early stages of the game. Instead, read the recipe, then immediately sell the scroll. Once you've read it, the knowledge is permanent and it's stored in your journal forever. The actual paper scroll is just dead weight. Same with bounty posters. Once you've read them, sell them, and then poof, you've got your inventory back. Number 7, you do not need your resources for better gear. Now, in a lot of games, as you progress, as you know, the gear that you get becomes better and better, so you want to wait as long as you can, get that mythical sword or whatever it is, and then start leveling it up. However, in this game, the differences are actually quite negligible. At max refinement, almost every weapon and armor piece have nearly identical stats, and the game doesn't tell you this. So for you, pick a gear based on how it looks and commit to it, and the most important thing here, dump your resources into the Abyss gear system instead. Instead, that's where the actual build variety lives. Don't waste materials chasing stat upgrades that don't exist. Number 8, don't fight bosses at night. That is because you simply can't see some of their attacks and the things they're doing because it is too dark. So if you want to give yourself the best chance where you can actually see, wait till daylight. However, if you want to bring up the challenge because this game is too easy for you, well then maybe try night because things will be so much harder. Number 9, don't wander a region unless you ring the bells. Every region in Crimson Desert has bell towers scattered around it. Climb one, ring the bell, and it reveals a massive chunk of the map with all the points of interest filled in. The game never explicitly tells you to do this, it just expects you to notice them. So instead of spending hours wandering blind, fast traveling to question marks, getting frustrated, instead simply head to that giant bell tower and ring the bells. Ring all of them in your region and welcome to having a fully functioning map. Number 10, do not skip the Greymane camp quests. When you first unlock the Greymane camp, the quests there do honestly feel quite boring. They're all go find this person, rescue this Greymane from bandits, while at the same time the main story dangling cool boss fights and open world is screaming you to go out and explore. But this is a massive mistake. The camp quests here unlock vendors, unlock the cook who sells unlimited cheap food that basically trivializes combat because you can spam heal forever. They unlock the blacksmith, inventory upgrades, fast travel, dye options, character customization, and the trading system, which is one of the better income sources in the game. So doing these camp quests is the single highest return on time activity in all of Crimson Desert. Then from here, tell us what we've missed, if we've missed any major mistakes, and also what are your standout things of Crimson Desert? Are you enjoying the story or would you just rather explore the open world? And if you want to be part of our Fungible Games community, head on over to the website at fungible.games to get involved, or simply subscribe to this YouTube channel for more gaming content.